Hello guys, welcome back to AWMFX. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, no matter where you are. Hopefully you guys out there are doing great, earning a lot of money from the market, and of course, taking great care of your health. Alright, so today I would like to share a very simple type of trades with you guys, and hopefully you guys are able to capitalize on the whole video, because I'm not only going to share the setups, but also how to maximize your profit and how to look at the possible or potential take profit targets. Now, so what we are looking right here is Euro NZD. Again, we are looking at a daily time frame. So what is happening right here is that prior to the price breaking the structure, this was a structure on the daily, the price went up. Now, sometimes once the price went up, we need to look for a possible area that the price may return. And every time where a lot of people, when they learn about supply and demand, they will just mark out their zones, such like this is the supply zone, this is supply zone. Then they will estimate this kind of movement, or should I say price will goes to this area and have movement. They are not wrong. Either are used. If you are one of those, you are not wrong, but just that you may have ignored an important parts right here. So what do I mean? So sometimes before even we are going into those zone, we should look into area of a support and resistance. Example right here, we have a support, right? Immediately we have a support. And how do we trade this kind of support? Simple. We are trading a kind of trades that we call it support become resistance. And how do you do it? Very simple. So you need to be a little bit, we call it curious, or have some investigation mind a little bit. Now, what you're going to notice is that very near to it, that is what we call a candlestick break, or we call it as a king pattern, double Maru king pattern. So this king pattern is not tradable, okay? It's not tradable. And how are you supposed to trade it? Very simple. Again, you need to go to a little bit lower time frame. Example, go to H4 and take a look at the overall movement. Now, once you go into lower time frame, you need to adjust the line accordingly. You can actually adjust it a little bit higher, a bit lower. Now, a simple tips for you guys is that support and resistance is not a laser line. Instead, it is an area. So what happened here is that almost at this area, I have a very clear double Maru break, or you may call it the Doji King right there. And not only on top of that, when I look to the left, I can actually notice a lot of resistance and support along this line. So this is a very powerful area. This is a very powerful area. So if I extend it even low to the left, you can actually notice quite a lot of resistance. Now, is this sufficient for us to trade? No, it's still not enough. Because why? Because double Maru King is everywhere. You can actually notice it everywhere, all over the place. Now, what I really want you guys to notice here is that always make sure there is a zone, a solid, a fresh zone. Now, how are you supposed to do that? Very simple. You need to go even lower time frame, right? Don't be afraid to go to even lower time frame. Now, when you go to lower time frame, you can actually do it with jumping of 1 or 2 time frame lower, not directly from H4 to 50 minutes or 5 minutes, because when there is a very big jump, it will influence the overall trend, or should I say overall trades or the patterns, and it's gonna give you a lot of noise that you want to prevent. So I would suggest you go slowly. So now once I go to lower time frame a little bit, and what did I notice? I noticed that there is this fresh zone right here, right? This is a very fresh zone. So this was my zone, and the zone was only 16 pips. Now, another things to advise you guys, always take a look at the overall area. Now, if this is the case, this is my zone, even though it is my zone, but sometimes you need to be a little bit, generous on your zone, because very nearby, all right, you can see the structure high right there, right? Of course, this is a small time frame structure. It's okay to extend it a little bit, all right? Because this is definitely going to save your trades, right? And now if you look at it, what is the zone? the zone is actually still within a tolerance of trading. 21 pips for Euro NZD is actually considered quite alright, normal. Now, if you do it exactly like what I told you, so the price, you are able to get this kind of trades. Sorry, just a moment, right? You can see exactly where the price goes into. It doesn't exceed it, and then it continues going down. Now, the first part has done, all right? We already done the first part. Now, we're talking about the second part. So you guys have to understand the lessons, the essential of how to trade the SPR. All right, it's not looking at just area or the king pattern. Sometimes you need to investigate and make sure the lower time frame structure as well as the zone. Now, we go back to the daily, and what happened is that same thing. If we have a SPR, support become resistance right there, we have another patterns. What do we have? Is called a resistance become support at the bottom here. Now, this will serve as your take profit zone. Now, don't be misunderstood. A lot of traders, they may just check it right here at the below because they only know about support and resistance, about supply and demand. But support and resistance sometimes in such a way that you have a candlestick break, you cannot ignore it totally. You definitely cannot ignore. So almost exactly like what you have right there. In this case, you have another candlestick break at the resistance area. Similar, same thing. Is it enough for you to consider this as a possible take profit point or a buy area? No. So you need to go to lower time frame and make sure. All right, I need to use the word make sure you have a fresh zone. So in this case, if this is the only candlestick, this will be your fresh zone. Now, if this is the case, this will be your fresh zone because the price actually came and consumed previous demand zone, and now it has formed its own demand zone that went up and break this structure right there. Now, when you have this thing, a very, very beautiful, nice demand zone, it will serve as your take profit. And where are you supposed to place your take profit? Very simple. You only need to place it a little bit above because of the spread from your broker. Now, this is the kind of trades that I can take every time. All right, I would like to take on all my trades every time. So it's going to give you a quite nice risk-reward ratio of a 1 to 8.5. All right, 1 to 8.5. Now, similar things, if you're able to get a buy from this movement, okay, you are going to catch your take profit as well, at least 1 to 3. I believe so, at least 1 to 3. Okay, at least 1 to 3. So every day there is chance of trading. It's just that you don't realize it because you focus too much on one time frame. Now, this is what I teach my students about. You need to evaluate not from one angle, but different angle and different time frame. So I just want to make an announcement. I'm going to open the registration for the coming batch, the 9th batch for the mentorship. For those who wanted to join us for the early bird, you can contact my assistants. The link at the description right there. All right, so that's all for today. I appreciate if you guys are able to hit the like button and subscribe button. So I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you guys are able to capitalize on the videos today. Thank you very much. See you guys then. Bye.